This video is for June 8th, 2026. Welcome to yes2hellwith.com. Let's explore the difference between how a political manager speaks to an American and how a true constitutional officer would speak. Imagine a man sitting on his front porch. It's a warm summer evening. He's drinking a cold beer. He's talking with his neighbor, minding his own business. Now imagine a government official approaches. The de facto political manager says, "Sir, we've received a report that you may be violating Municipal Ordinance 14.27 concerning the consumption of alcoholic beverages visible from a public roadway. I need to see identification, and if you fail to comply, additional enforcement measures may be necessary." Now notice what happened. The conversation immediately begins with authority, compliance, enforcement. The citizen is treated as a management problem. Now listen to how a true constitutional officer might approach the problem. "Good evening, sir. I received a complaint and wanted to see if there was a problem here. Is everything all right?" The citizen replies, "Everything's fine. I'm having a beer on my front porch and I'm talking with Joe." The officer responds, "Has anyone been threatened?" "No." "Has anyone been injured?" "No." "Has any property been damaged?" "No." "Has anyone's rights been violated?" "No." The officer nods. "Then it appears there is no injured party and no dispute requiring my involvement. Enjoy your evening, sir." Now let's notice the difference. The first official begins with compliance. The second begins with justice. The first asks what rule might apply. The second asks who has been harmed. The first sees a subject to be managed. The second sees a citizen whose rights are presumed intact unless evidence suggests otherwise. The first views government as an administrator of behavior. The second views government as a protector of rights. This distinction is enormous because a constitutional republic was never intended to place government in the position of supervising every peaceful human activity. The purpose of government was to secure rights, protect property, maintain the peace, provide remedies when actual injury occurred. Yet modern political language sounds very different. Today we hear programs, initiatives, compliance, management, coordination, regulation, enforcement. The citizen increasingly becomes an object of administration, not a sovereign member of the political community. And that may be the greatest difference between a de facto system and a de jure republic. One asks, how do we manage people? The other asks, how do we protect the rights of the people? One begins with authority, the other begins with freedom. One assumes government should intervene, the other requires a reason, a real reason, an injured party, a violated right, a damaged property interest. Because in a free society, the burden should never be on the citizen to justify his peaceful behavior. The burden should be on government to justify its interference. The man was sitting on his porch, drinking a cold beer, enjoying an evening. The most important question was, who was harmed? And how a government official answers that question reveals everything about the system he serves. To learn more, visit beforeyoutrustthesystem.com. And as always, may truth reign supreme.